Well, it is a painful condition that most people don't understand, but if you know someone with fibromyalgia, then you know how painful it can be. But it doesn't have to be that way. Dr. Alex Bigham, he is here with Novocur Pain Management Clinics, and he is here to talk about the treatment options. Welcome back to Sonoran Living.
Hi, thank you.
So you and I were talking in the green room a little bit. You definitely know your stuff. We were talking about fibromyalgia. I know I have a girlfriend with it. What actually is it?
Well, it's a pain condition, obviously, and it's usually characterized by all over body pain. They have pain on the top half of their body, lower half of their body, both sides of their body. And typically, when we diagnose it, there's not a blood test or anything that you can really do to pinpoint it. The way you have to do it is you have to identify that there's typically 18 tender points on these people in the same locations, and if they have 11 of those 18 points, and here we have a graphic on it, if we find that 11 of these 18 points are more sensitive than they should be, then we're going to get a positive diagnosis of fibromyalgia.
You know.
Right.
Okay.
So it takes somebody who knows where the points are and how much pressure to apply and how much pain it should elicit. So it takes a provider who's skilled in a tender point examination.
Now, what are the pain and non-pain related symptoms?
Okay, so we just talked about the pain symptoms where we have these 18 points and you need 11 of 18 of those to be painful. But what's interesting about fibromyalgia is that there is a lot of non-pain symptoms that can be accompanying the condition. Not always, but they can, and they are things like mood. A lot of these people have depression. A lot of them
they don't feel good.
They don't
right?
feel good. That may be part of it, but part of it may be some underlying physiological condition that is causing their depression as well. Not just that I can't do anything, I can't go to work, I can't take care of my kids, I can't play tennis, I can't do any of the things I love to do anymore, but there may be some underlying physical thing causing their depression as well. A lot of these people also have gastrointestinal problems, which is interesting, especially irritable bowel syndrome. A lot of them have migraine headache issues. A lot of them have sleep issues where they just cannot sleep at night or they can't get into a deep sleep. And so we have all of these concomitant symptoms that are non-painful in nature that may or may not accompany somebody with fibromyalgia. And somebody that has the painful condition of fibromyalgia, sometimes they have all of these together at once, which is really bad.
How debilitating can it become?
Completely disabling.
Okay.
We've had some patients come through our facilities that are completely disabled as far as they cannot go to work anymore.
Wow.
And so that's when it really becomes an issue where they can't even work, let alone, you know, like we said, take care of kids, take care of your house. You know, just the everyday activities of daily living. You can't even wash the clothes anymore without pain. It's ridiculous, yeah.
Okay, so now the good news.
Right.
Let's talk about treatment so that you can function and do these things.
So there's a couple of different drugs on the market, Lyrica and Cymbalta. Those
you see that on
those
TV.
are FDA approved to treat it, but a lot of people do not get good results. A lot of people do not like the associated side effects, the way that they feel when they're on those drugs. And so that's where a pain management facility, such as our facility at Novocur Pain Management Clinics, would come into play. And we offer some non-steroidal, and that's important because steroids are not indicated for fibromyalgia. It's a soft tissue disorder. Injecting a steroid into tissue that's already compromised is not a good idea. So we have a non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory, injectable cocktail, and we can really knock down those pain receptors all along their spine, so in their neck, their back, their lower back, and their hips. And see, fibromyalgia is really a pain amplification syndrome. They really have low-level pain signals that are maybe starting in their neck, but by the time those signals get to their spinal cord and up to their brain is misinterpreting those signals. Their brain is saying, hey, these pain signals are way more painful than they actually are. So really, there's an underlying overall systemic inflammatory condition going on with these people. That's why they have sometimes all of these other conditions that are related besides the pain.
How quickly, once you get this cocktail, I guess you'd say, how quickly do you feel better?
Usually pretty immediately.
Wow.
Usually after 1 or 2 treatments, we're really able to knock down the pain that's associated with fibromyalgia, which is so important because one of the keys for these people long term is getting back to some kind of an exercise program, because
but you have to feel better.
You've got to feel better and able to exercise. That's the key. Right.
Well, let's go ahead and I know we have a lot of viewers out there probably that haven't pinpointed what they have. But listening to what you've been saying, they're probably thinking, I better come in. Novocur Pain Management Clinics, you guys have 2 Valley locations, and we just want everyone to go to the website at novocur.com, or you can call you at 480-855-NOVO, which is 6686. Now, the good news is that Dr. Bigham is going to stick around and answer your questions about fibromyalgia. So just head to sonoranliving.com and click on House Calls on the right side of the page to go ahead and submit your question, and we'll have them answer it in just a few minutes.